Today's topic is one that I'm so passionate about because it is talking about how anxiety affects our own children. I had pretty severe postpartum depression, and it's something that I am still managing and getting support with now. But during this process, because I know that what the research shows on how our anxiety affects our children, I really wanted to learn as much as I could about parental anxiety, because I knew that would be a motivator for me to help me cope and get support so that my child wasn't affected by my anxiety. We know in today's age, many parents are anxious. We know most moms have a really difficult time transitioning with their firstborn. I already had was pretty difficult to put it in those terms for everyone at home. I wanted to learn about it so that I could help everyone in my family and also help the parents that we support here. So parents are feeling overwhelmed. We are on overdrive. We're constantly busy. We're feeling like we're being pulled in different directions. We're exhausted. We get anxious. We get worried about our kids. We feel like we know the solutions to things. And so we try to rescue them and begin to micromanage. There's lots of pressure that are being put on our kids, right? For academic performance. Anxiety is a worry. So it is future thinking about something or ruminating on something in the past that is going to affect the future or affect how others think about us. And it is creating this false narrative, or anxiety is a worry that has not happened yet, and it is when it gets beyond our control and it starts affecting our day-to-day life and those around us that it is then considered anxiety. And again, we are not licensed therapists. This is just coming from the work that I have done, the research, the books that I have read, the support that I have gotten through my own work in being a anxious mom. Kids with anxious parents are 7 times more likely to develop anxiety for themselves. I read this statistic. This was a pivotal point for me to really get motivated and try to find and seek support for my anxiety to help me manage it. Anxiety is contagious. We know that. So if we are in a room or near someone who is anxious, that transmits over to us, which is why these kids end up developing anxiety. Parents often blame themselves for their anxiety. We try to suppress things. So really, in what we're noticing is we're seeing lots of children come in with an anxiety diagnosis. And I wonder if there is some. We know that when we are trying to support our child, the work really starts in supporting ourselves as well. So this live is here for hopefully get your heads turning if you are feeling anxious and you are not getting. So we know that children co-regulate with their parents, right? In Dr. Daniel's research on interpersonal neurobiology, that he shows that a child's nervous system syncs with their caregivers. And so that is why when we are in a calm state, your child will be calmer as well. If your child is yelling and screaming, if you remain calm, neutral, and your tone is pretty low, you can start seeing that change within your child, right? The energy in the room shifts. Same thing though, if you're anxious, that's going to affect and likely make those around you pretty anxious and wired as well. They can read us really well, so we can't fake this. If we're really trying to support our children, we really need to manage our anxiety and genuinely manage it so that we're not faking that we're not anxious, but we're actually not anxious. You can't fake this. So if you are anxious, please, that you need so that your child isn't affected by your anxiety. Anxiety can show up as control. So anxious parents may try to micromanage everything to gain a sense of control. This is what makes us feel good, right? Because it feeds the anxiety. So in the moment, we are actually, we're managing it. It's relieving us from feeling anxious. But in the long run, we're actually making that anxiety grow because those neuron connections are getting stronger. So if you are tracking your child because friend's house. Yes, they haven't left their friend's house, right? That they're in a safe space, that you told him don't leave the house, their parents are watching them, and just letting it go. And so it is scary work, but what truly works here is you need to be comfortable with the discomfort of feeling anxious in order to actually be able to get better and improve ourselves. You don't trust them. And that is not what you want. If anything, you are just trying to keep them safe, and you are doing all this because you love them so much, right? Trying to be perfect ourselves, trying to manage work, our kids, everything. And with that, we don't feel things to cover. Give me a sec. My dog is barking. No, come here. No. And what that does is we lose our warmth. We're not present in the moment with our children. And so your child will not remember what your house looked like. What they are going to remember is the moments that you spent with them, those precious one-on-one moments when you guys were calm, building memories. This is what your child will remember. So rather than thinking about checking out all these boxes, let's scale things down. Let's simplify things. Let's model flexibility for them. Let's be present in the moment. Let's spend time with our kids, even if it's just 15 minutes. Let's give them undivided attention during those. We also rescue our kids, right? So oftentimes anxious parents will jump in and rescue. We will problem solve for them because we know what works. Problem solve to experience natural consequences, etc. And so that is something, again, anxiety can create a pattern where children depend on us. They learned helplessness, and instead of building their own coping tools, they began to rely on us for what do we do? What's the problem? Feeding our anxiety is the problem. Continuing to do things that make us feel good because we're anxious, continuing to control, all of this is going to feed your anxiety. And what that does is it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, right? We need to seek support, therapeutic support, so that you can engage in some cognitive behavioral therapy, and so that your therapist can give you exposed and encourage you. My therapist has given me plenty of homework. And sometimes a quote unquote perfectionist, right, is that if you are a perfectionist and you do find therapeutic support, you will likely see change really quickly because you're going to want to do the homework. And so she had me do lots of homework, and I modeling flexibility. She's teaching me how to be much more flexible, how to be less controlling, as they've always looked, right? And things happening, and it's okay. I am a planner, and I execute on all my plans. And being a mom has taught me that is nearly impossible to do. So how to pivot in the moment, and again, I don't have children that are in school age, so I can only imagine what this feels. But the worries, it doesn't matter how big or small in the moment, they are huge worries for you. They feel really big. And so where I was losing my worth, I was maintaining my house. So part of this is how you can help your child is seek support, find a therapist, engage in some cognitive behavioral therapy, and you don't have to be perfect. I would say I have a mantra. It's when we watch Saturday morning cartoons in bed, my mom was just so relaxed, so flexible, play outside, and those were my favorite childhood memories, right? And so I don't want to be this anxious, controlling parent for my child not to experience these memories. I want him to remember playing outside, remember staying up late. Who cares if he doesn't sleep all 10 hours, or I need to stop tracking metrics. But we can do as parents is, again, find support, because this is almost never something we can work on by ourselves. It's really difficult to manage. I've had 35 years of all of these patterns, this controlling behavior, so you don't have to be perfect, how it's impacting your children, so that you can then figure out, okay, how do I want to manage this, and what do I need to work on? So again, really hope this live has been helpful for you. I can't stress enough, if you are going through something at home, think about how it's not just affecting you, but it's affecting those around you. And we do things out of love. So seek support. If you are looking for one-on-one support for your child for educational therapy or ADHD coaching, please schedule a call with me at wethrive.learning.com. I'd love to get in touch with you and learn much more about your child. Part of the anxiety we see a lot of our children experience is around school performance and learning, and we are here to ease that anxiety, right? So helping them to thrive, modify things when they don't need to be modified. We're going to teach them how to access their learning and hopefully to help them develop